C1music.fm. Let's talk about it. This is your host for the evening, Aaron Robinson, Jennifer Evans, and Madisson Holloway. How do y'all do today?
Does well, does well.
That's good. That's good. So today our topic title is Should We Stay Together? Should we stay together? Just for everybody to know that this show is streaming live and you can join the show or you can join us even on a conference call at 908-316-8630. And join in, chat with us, let us know what you think. And today, our show is about exploring life's most thrilling, shocking, and heart-stirring stories. So again, we are your hosts, and today we have a story about a couple named James and his wife, Lauren. Now, before I get into the story with my two expert colleagues, I do want to bring back up this particular situation. A couple of shows ago, maybe last month, we did a show, or maybe 2 months ago, it could have been, we did a show about Jonathan Majors. He recently was in court and pretty much proved himself innocent of all situations, but the damage is like already done.
Mm-hmm.
He got dropped from all of his particular things. He needs his PR team the most, and they dropped him. And this would have been good PR for him to make a comeback.
Mm-hmm.
But recently they went to court, and he pretty much proved himself innocent through all of the camera angles and stuff that they showed. And the girl went out and partied and got wasted afterwards and used his credit card while he was home sleeping or whatever he was doing at the end. Like, it was a lot of different stuff. And so that was very interesting. Did y'all hear about that at all?
That's a whole lot of hoopla. I did hear of his innocence. The I only heard of his innocence because of the guest appearance being Megan Good. You know he was good if Megan Good was there with him. That was his little trophy moment. He was like, and what now? What about it? But yeah, PR. They probably should have. Stuck beside him. And once we were that, this is the gentleman that was in the boxing movie that we saw.
That is correct.
The sad thing about it is seeing that and like in the mix of all of this stuff, I guess people would be like, oh, I could see him like that. He's just a good actor, idiot. Like, what the? Jeez, take the wheel. He took it. He's in the car.
I actually, from this, I noticed that he's in a lot of different movies that I've seen. Like, I didn't realize that, he was in a couple of things that I've watched that when I look back, I'm like, oh, he was in that? And he was in that TV show? And he was in a lot of the Marvel MCU world. He was in a couple of, he was on the Loki show. I don't know if y'all watched that. Time to time, once in a while, Disney has a couple of good shows to watch. Like, believe it or not, one of the shows that me and my wife used to watch together was the Marvel Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
Mm-hmm.
Me and her used to sit and watch that together as like one of them shows that we would just, watch together.
Yeah.
And then, like, we started off watching that show that's on Netflix now. The one with the plane, and they all disappear or whatever the case may be. Manifest, I think it is. Yeah. We started watching that together, and then I tapped out on it because I'm like, yeah, this is getting like they trying to get too religious, and they getting off base with it, and it's just like, yeah, nah, I'm good on that. You know what I mean? So I tapped out on that show, but she still watches it, and those starts our little arguments because she be want to watch it when I'm trying to go to bed. And I'm like, yo, go watch that out there, man. Like, I don't want to hear that nonsense.
I'm trying to
Dudes,
manifest sleep.
yeah, I'm trying to. They talking real stupid, man. They be saying some stupid stuff, and I'm like, yo, are you still watching this nonsense?
It's super keeping me up. It's
Yeah,
crazy.
yeah, because you know you're trying to get some sleep, but like you listening, but you're not trying to listen. And then I'm like, yo, and I do the same thing when she watching Flash. Like, yo, this is so booty. Yo, like, why you listening to this?
Chill off the flash. If they're going crazy religiously, I can see you trying to sleep and just being like, bro, now I'm getting mad. Hold on. Turn it up. Carlotta.
You watch Manifest, Jen?
I did watch Manifest.
You still
But
do?
also Jonathan Majors. No, it's. I
No.
mean, look. I mean, Manifest has been off for a
Nah,
while.
it's on Netflix.
I mean, it's
They got like new seasons and stuff.
yeah, Netflix. But I'm saying when it was on a regular. No, it was on regular. I thought it was on regular TV. I used to watch it when it was on
I never,
regular. I don't
yeah,
know.
I only
It was a
watched it on
while. I
Netflix.
haven't watched it in a long time.
You
Oh,
sure?
but
Because I
Jonathan
thought it was a
Majors.
Netflix.
He's on Lovecraft Country on HBO.
Oh,
He
he
was.
is? I don't know.
What is that?
I don't.
Say that again.
I said I didn't know that he was on Lovecraft. I don't even know what that is. What is that?
It's like a horror fiction,
That's probably
actually.
why I don't watch it.
It's like
Most stuff
yeah,
that be
it's like a
scary, so not even scary.
it 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 was. I'm not really into horror fiction, but I liked the initially. It was really good. My husband and I were watching it, and I just remember him being on that. And just like Manifest, at the end, it did start getting like, okay, this is a bit much,
Okay.
but initially I was like, oh wow, because it had a historical base, like things that happened, um, like the burning of the towns of a prominent black town. It was
Ooh.
just like a lot of black history things they incorporated into the series that
Right,
made it intriguing,
right.
made it very interesting. But like I said, it did get kind of crazy, I will say, at the end. But yeah, he was in that, and that was actually a big hit. That actually did really well on
Yeah,
Okay.
HBO.
I don't know why they always gotta like first the show starts off like, all right, I can get into this, because there's a lot of different shows
Hmm.
that me and her start off watching together, and I put her on. Like I start
Hmm.
watching it, then she like on the flip side, she'll be like sitting in here like, oh, what you watching? I'm like, yo, you gotta watch this, start from the beginning. And then, but like usually when I start a show, by like the second season, she has already caught up to me. So then we like watch a couple of episodes, and then I like I don't like she will binge watch everything, and I can do a day of doing that. But it's like, yo, I'm not watching 3 seasons like the whole week. Like there's other things to watch and do. Like I got a life. But needless to say, she will sit there and faithfully watch other stuff. So I mean, the shows, if they got seasons, she'll bang them out. And so I'll just be like, oh yeah, yeah, we can't watch the show no more because you done passed me. You on like season 4. That's actually what happened with the show that you was tell, that we had I did a couple of episodes about the hospital show.
Hmm.
I forgot
Oh,
the
okay,
name of it.
yeah.
Yeah, she passed me in the season, and I was like, we started watching. I started watching, and she was like, oh yeah, I passed this one now. I'm like, what episode you on? Oh, I'm on season 5, episode 4. I'm like, what? I'm still
Almost
on
done.
season 2, episode 9. Like, yo, you serious? I'm like, oh yeah,
Yeah.
I don't watch this with you. I'm good.
Hey, once they change them scheduled programmings and now you can watch it, they'll drop the whole thing. It's hard. Tempting.
I know we rambling, but I also I'm thinking about getting rid of my cable.
Hey, it fits, and honestly, it makes sense. Cause what do you watch on cable to for people to still be? Cause I get certain people if they're like TV watchers, but if you're not a TV watcher, if it's on Netflix,
Yo, my cousin showed me this box that has all the stations and everything, and it's all legal and legit. And you gotta have internet. But I've been thinking about getting rid of my cable for a minute now because we watch everything on either Netflix, Hulu. Like Jen just said, oh, Manifest was on regular TV. Like I don't watch regular TV at
Hmm.
all unless it's like a basketball game. And believe it or not, I can watch those on apps too. So it's like I don't really watch. Like we paying so much for TV, and I'm paying like almost $300
oh,
for TV, and we don't watch none of this stuff.
Y'all streamers.
Even like HBO, Showtime, and all that stuff. We got all that. I got all of that on Amazon. You know what I'm saying? So it's like I don't. It's like I don't know.
You know.
And every time, here's the funny thing about it, right? Because for the last 2 or 3 weeks, I was telling her, before they charge us again, I'm gonna get rid of it. Before they charge us again, to get rid of it. And every time I call Verizon to call them, they'd be like, "Yo, I wanna, downgrade my plan." They're like, if you want to wait in line, it's like a 45-minute wait, but you can put your name on the list and we'll call you back. And I did that 3 times and they still never called me back.
They don't want you to go. That's a scam. They're smart.
I'm like, they never called me back. I don't know what's going on. But
You know.
not to ramble on, but yeah. Anything y'all want to update me on? I feel like I haven't spoken to y'all two in a long time. Or we haven't spoken to the people.
Good.
Everything's good?
All is well. Yeah, it's been a couple of days, but it's the same. It's the same stuff. I'm good. You good?
Everything's good.
Jen, you good?
I'm all right over here.
We be missing you.
That's what's up. All right, so before we jump into this topic, should we stay together? Y'all have went over the topic already, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right. I want to ask y'all, before we get into the story, I just want to ask y'all straight up. Should they stay together, yes or no?
No,
So, Madison, you said no?
I don't think so.
Okay. Jen, should they stay together, yes or no?
I mean, I think it's not up to me. James said he's willing to work it out, so yeah.
I
All right,
think
so we
it's-
got a yes and we got a no.
If the wife is willing to work it out, James willing, yeah.
Of
I'm gonna be
course she
honest. I'm
would.
gonna be honest with you. I'm gonna be honest with you. The reason why I even brought the story to life for us, and took the time to get my AI to write the story out for us, because this one hit a little different. We had did one on the other show, and we did something similar to this one, and that one was like straight away, all right, boom, and it was hot. This one, like, to me, he had the opportunity to leave when he did the birthday party. And we're gonna get into, we just summarizing. He had a chance to leave when he did the birthday party. But then he stuck around and tried to work things out with his wife. Now, what hit different is with the other one, everything was fresh and then she offed herself. This one right here, he chilling, everything, life, they went back to life. Life is somewhat trying to get back to normal. And then you get that email alert again. Third child. Like, and then on top of that, it's a NBA basketball player, Hall of Famer.
You said.
And he got
Players.
bread. Like, when this happened? You know what I'm saying? And that
Where
just-
did you get around this, man?
Like, then it's like, yo, you bring back all of the ill feelings again. You know what I mean? After the time that you did the hill. So for me, I'm going to say this before we get into the story. And I want everybody who listens to this episode to answer it. So we got a yes, they should stay together. We got to know that they should not be together. I'm going to say he had his opportunity to leave the first time around. Because he chose to stay, I think they should stay together and continue working out, because he knew that he wasn't the third kid's father. He knew that after all of this, and he still chose to stay. The fact that he chose to stay, and then this email alert came in, who it was at that particular point in time, unless it was like your brother or sister or something, you know what I mean, like something
Right.
crazy.
That is crazy.
I know it is, but I'm saying, like, at the end of the day, you got to eat that one, because you already knew that you wasn't the kid's father from when you accepted
Right.
Now
going
that-
back to the situation.
But this will
Right.
now be a public embarrassment.
Not necessarily.
Yeah,
They
it all
know-
depends
you
on
know
if you're
how
trying
they
to go
be.
get that bread from him.
I mean, you can
You
still
already
get
know
bread
how I
from him
feel
and not
about
make
that.
it public. Not
Exactly.
make it too public.
But no, it doesn't matter, because we know how we end up hearing about these Zion. We know how we ended up hearing about BMs, and well, even though that was a completely separate situation, all they gotta do It's be like, oh, he got a, oh, with this lady. Oh, this lady got a,
Lauren kept
it's
that
gonna throw
quiet.
up.
I mean, she kept that quiet for a good long while.
Yeah.
I mean, and even when he
But
came to her and
now he
said, "Wait, this
knows.
the dude?" and she's like, "Yeah,
But we also got to
yep,
consider that
that's
maybe
him.
she didn't even know. So
He's been happy."
maybe she was sleeping around so much she didn't even know that it was the
Who he was.
who she didn't know it was the NBA player. Maybe it was a one night situation. Maybe they never really dated. You know what I'm saying? So maybe she was All-Star weekend. You know what I mean?
Right place, right time. Celebration, game
Yeah,
night.
you know what I mean? Her team won. You know what I mean?
She didn't even know.
She said you can have the trophy.
Nah, she had the trophy the whole time.
But yeah, so maybe that was the situation. But needless to say, I'm on the fence, but I'm leaning more towards being on Jen's side because of the simple fact that he had his choice to leave. Biblically, he had his choice to leave. He could have left all of it, you know what I mean? He chose to stay. And he already knew that the kid wasn't his. So whose kid it is kind of like, to a certain degree, irrelevant. Would you agree, Jen?
Yeah, like you said, if it happened to be his brother, his father, somebody like that, then we've stirred up the pot now. Now it's fresh and new.
Yeah. That's a
More
whole
like,
That's a
nother,
whole that's a whole nother level.
yeah, that's a
But
whole
other than
nother,
that, yeah, yeah.
more like
My
further
best
stirred
his
the
best
pot.
friend, somebody super close and just really like, come on, you dug in deep. At least, yeah. I mean, I'd
I
be
mean,
like, well, at least we can get something from this one. I'm sorry, no, I'm just joking. Joking. I'm
are
just
we?
joking. Just joking.
she
Yes,
said, are
yes.
Bad
we?
joke, bad joke.
Yes, yes.
All right, check it. Let's get into the story so the people can understand what we're talking about. And then we're going to go into some
Mhm.
questions. And also, we're going to play James' confession. I think we said we had his confession here. So check it out. James, it says was. I'm going to say James was, and is. He still is. He was happily married to his wife, Lauren, for 15 years. They had 3 beautiful children together, and life was pretty much perfect. But that all changed after a routine doctor's appointment. After a thorough medical examination, James was told by his doctor that he was in perfect health. However, he was also informed that he had been sterile his whole life. Shocked and confused, James decided to have a DNA test and do an ancestry test. The results were mind-blowing. None of the kids were biologically his. Soon, it was Lauren's birthday, and James, deciding to confront her, planned an unusual party. In addition to their friends and family, James invited 2 men he had identified as the fathers of two of his children. In front of everyone, James exposed the truth about Lauren's affairs. One of those affairs was with the chief of police, a man they both knew and respected. In shocked, subsided, James and Lauren tried to reconcile. They sought to work through the hurt, betrayal, and deception despite not knowing the identity of the third child's father. They tried to mend their shattered relationship. Then 2 years later, James received an email from Ancestry.com. The identity of the third child's father was revealed, a rich NBA Hall of Famer. Lauren confirmed this information, adding another twist to their complex tale. After uncovering all these revelations, James is left with many questions. So right now, guys, we're going to listen to James' confession, and then we're going to get into some questions. All right, here goes James' confession about the situation.
The doctor walks in and tells me I'm in good health, but I'm sterile. I'm like, what you talking about I'm sterile? I got 3 kids. I don't understand I'm sterile. I don't know. It blows my mind. I got 3 kids. One's 15, one's 12, one's 7. So I'm like, I don't understand that. So anyway, I go home and I just start thinking, it's got to be my kids. But I started thinking about the fact that every time we watch like those Ancestry.com commercials, they come on and my wife kind of always turns the channel. I'm like, why you always turn it? I notice you always turn the channel. She's like, those are stupid. They don't even work. And I'm like, anyway, I started really thinking. I'm like, if I'm sterile and the doctor said I've always been sterile. It's not like something that it always been genetically since I was born. I started thinking, I'm like, man, I'm gonna have to go ahead and get these kids tested. I really didn't want to. I wanted to believe that my wife wouldn't do this to me, but I have to get my kids tested. So I secretly get a little sample of all of them. I go to the ancestry.com place or whatever, and anyway, get them tested. Then I think about this. My wife got a birthday coming up. We're gonna throw this big birthday bash. We already been planned on it. So basically, I got the whole birthday bash planned. And then basically what happens is I get all of our families there, birthday bash. I get the popular mixologist in town. Chief of police comes because he works with my wife sometimes at our company. So chief of police, this whole big thing, because I want to make a big splash. It's her birthday, you see? So what ends up happening at a certain point, we bring the big birthday cake out. Those big birthday cakes you see on the movies? Got one of those big ones. And then I had a woman come out and she held up the sign that said, "You lying bee." And it blew everyone's mind. It blew her mind. What is this about? What is this about? And I was like, you know what? No, what this is about? It's about the fact that this mixologist is his son. Hey, let meet your daddy right here. I straight up had to tell him, this is your dad. Chief of police, hey, this is so 15-year-old mixologist, that's his daddy. Chief of police, 12-year-old, that's his daddy. And I was hurt. I was so hurt. I decided I just had to sleep in my car. Man, I couldn't be in this house. I couldn't be around her. Just all these lies. I've been raising these kids for 15 years. There's no way they're mine. They're not. I'm sterile. So basically, I just, I'm in my car, sleeping in my car, going to work, doing the normal thing I do, and I just was, running into different issues and felt the need that I needed to go. I really needed to go back to church. I just really wanted to do that, and was getting some good, like the preacher and a lot of different people giving me some good advice and some good guidance, kind of helping me to understand that it's not the kids' fault. You've been there for the kids. Then I start finding out there's some problems. Kids are having problems at school because their dad's not there. They used to having their dad for 15 years. I haven't been there. So I start going back, being there for my kids and everything like that or whatever. But I have to let her know. I'm like, I don't know if we could work this out. I don't know. Possibly, but I'm here for my kids. I'm going to try to be here for my kids because I feel like it's the right thing to do. It's what God wants me to do, and I think it's the best thing to do. So that's what I decided to do. Later on, and find out, because I have the 7-year-old. We didn't know who his dad was. So basically, after a certain amount of time with the ancestry.com, like other people will get tested and everything like that or whatever. And then I got an alert from the email alert. And I'm like, really? So we kind of find out that it's just NBA Hall of Famers. I'm like, I was tripping. I'm like, this can't be the case. I go and ask her, I'm like, who's his dad? She's like, yes, that's his. I'm like, because my son, my son, he could ball. He could ball, and I ain't got no athletic skills, But the thing is, me and my wife are still trying to work things out. I moved back in, but I'm not. We in the same room, Luckily, we have multiple rooms. I'm there for my kids, even though they're not my kids, but they are my kids. I'm there for my kids. I'm the only father they know. So I've been doing the best that I can with this whole situation.
All right, Jen, I'm going to ask you this question first because me and you at the current moment are married.
Mm-hmm.
First and foremost, should he stay strictly for the kids? Now, keep in mind, that's not even his kids. But
that's what makes it really tough. No, I don't think he should stay for the kids. I think he should stay for the commitment he has to his marriage, if that's what he's going to do. The commitment he has to his marriage. If he's going to stay committed to the marriage, then he wants to go all in. It's going to benefit the children if he does, but not just for the children. People
So
say,
I,
"Oh, I'm
I
just gonna
want I
stay
want
for
to
the kids."
say, let's say, there's no way that we can reverse analyze this because you're not a man, and there's no way
Mm-hmm.
that your husband could be bringing kids in the house and you not knowing that they're not
Mm-hmm.
yours. However, if you was in a man's shoes, my particular issue with him is like either you gonna forgive or you not. Like to me, you doing it halfway. Like if you went through counseling, you went to church, you said you had to go back to God. Now, I'm not. Let me say this. I'm not saying that there is a time limit on forgiveness, right? But if
Mm-hmm.
you're gonna continue to be married and you're gonna stay, to me, staying for the kids, I wouldn't stay for the kids, especially because I know they're not mine. That doesn't
Mm-hmm.
mean I can't have a relationship with the kids, but being in the house, staying with them, they're not my kids. They're your. I understand his argument that they're his kids because that's all they know, and that's all he knows. So I'm not saying that you don't need to have a relationship with them, but if you can't forgive her, then your relationship that you're displaying to your kids of how parenting should be is unacceptable as well, in my personal opinion. And for that reason, either you should, you to me, you're doing more, and you can people can argue with me on this one, and that's cool. But I feel like you also doing damage as well by staying, sleeping in another room. Like this behavior is unacceptable for for parenting. If your main reason for being there is for parenting, then what you're doing is unacceptable.
Yeah.
So I don't believe that you should stay because you want to be a parent. You can be a parent and not be in the house and show your kids also that unfortunately in these type of situations there are consequences, and you can forgive but move on. You know what I mean? Like, but to me, acting as though moving back in the house, staying, sleeping in a different room, these are all psychological things that kids are going to see and think that it's okay. And I don't think that that's okay for you to display that type of parenting if that's your reason. To me, if you're going to stay, stay. And be all in and stay. And if not, go. And maybe it's just not as simple as that. And I understand, like, maybe for a period of time, you got to work through it and forgive. But at this particular point in time, bro, like, either you win and you win or be out. Because to me, you causing more of a problem and dramatizing it way more. Like, if you forgiven her for what she did already, then, like, the third child finding out shouldn't really, to me, in my opinion, have too much of an effect that you now sleeping in a
Yeah.
still another bedroom and this, that, like, you know what I
Yeah,
mean?
I
Like,
agree with that.
you should already have forgiven her. Like, y'all should, the damage was already done now. So so I'm asking you, Jim, because you also are a parent. So do you feel as though like what he's doing is somewhat wrong, or do you feel like what I mean, what he's doing is right and
No, no, no.
commendable?
I agree. He shouldn't stay for the kids. Like I said, he should stay for the commitment. If he's going to be committed to the marriage, then he should stay and be committed because he wants to be committed to the marriage. No, to me, once I know my husband probably wouldn't stay. I know I'd be out. I mean, he'd be out, and we out. All my kids be out. We'd be gone. But 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 I think yeah, once he decided that he was going to be in, I'm like you, be all in. Don't be halfway in sleeping in another room just because we found out. Like to me, I'd be like, all right, so if I was the man, I'm saying. So now we know this NBA, like we got the chief of police, we got whoever,
The
um,
mixologist.
brother
What
man, and then
what
we got,
what what is a
yeah,
mixologist? A
mixologist, and then we
DJ,
got
right?
what's the name? That's a bar. Isn't that like a bartender? Is
A
that a bartender?
mixologist? I thought
I
it
don't
was a
know what it is.
DJ. I thought he got the best DJ in the situation.
Oh, well, I know for parties, either way, we good on a party. I should never get a ticket from now on. And if I was the man, I'm like, don't you dare give me a ticket.
You're not
Call
wrong.
somebody, pull me over, call the chief of police, all right? And then I'm going to an NBA game. or something.
For
I'm
free?
like, yeah, babe, we got this
1,000
for free.
Get one of the
What?
cop
99,
cards.
free
If I get
99.
pulled over, he got my back. Call him now.
All right, so hold on.
Yeah, I'm jesting, but yeah, you know,
All right, so you saying that he should?
I wouldn't be mad.
You saying that he should definitely be all in, right? So you're agreeing with me?
Yeah, all in. Yeah, yeah,
Got you.
all in.
Now, I want to switch directions here and ask Madison. Madison, let's say you was there at the birthday party when the two kids found out. And the mixologist, let's say you was dating the mixologist that day and you was there to be supportive and help him while he was doing his mixology thing. And this announcement, and the kid is 15, so that's 15 years ago. Would you have an issue with your current man? Let's say y'all was just dating. Would you support him and still be with him, or would you like, oh, no, you got a lot going on now, all of a sudden, and ditch him?
Hey, yo, to start, I thought you was just going to say a bystander, because as a bystander, I would be like, oh, whoa, eating my chips, like, oh, it's popping off expeditiously. No TI. But dating, whether you're making drinks or you DJing in the booth, I didn't even mean to throw that F on booth. But no, I don't.
Let's say you there though, and just like, because I couldn't imagine, not to cut you off, but I couldn't imagine being the chief of police and the DJ, and you just standing there like this dude hired you. She comes, some woman out of the blue is walking out like she in a boxing arena with holding up the sign, and with that, and you looking like, oh, somebody wilding, and then you come to find out that he start pointing, you, that's your kid.
All you hear is the record scratch.
Yeah.
The mic drop.
Yo, what's
looking
going on?
around.
Yeah, they what? Because you got it. Unless they knew already, you would be shocked. Like, yo, what are you talking about, bro? Like, you know what I'm saying? Unless you like already knew. And if you already knew, why would you even do the gig in the first place?
Meet your kids. Oh my goodness.
But if you was there, Madison, like, what would be your reaction to that?
Bro, first of all, his reaction, I need to know if the record is getting scratched. Did the music now stop? Is he still jamming? Because I have to look at the whole thing, inside and outside, because I clearly did not know anything. We're dating, and now you have a 15-year-old. I mean, that's not...
So that changed everything?
That's not necessarily that big of a change, but you don't know them. That's a big change. You help somebody cheat, me and you might not work out. We probably not working out. You gonna cheat on me? You about go? What you doing? And then you gonna visit your kid. You gonna see the girl that done cheated with a party.
Yeah.
The B words. It's layers. It's too many layers. For me personally.
The audacity of him coming in there, like, did you know? But you didn't, even if he didn't know that was his son, you knew you slept with this woman. You gonna be up in her house?
Mm-hmm.
Like, for real? That's disrespectful. Oh no! And you got me here too.
That's what I'm saying.
That's
Wait a
sloppy?
minute.
You saying that's sloppy?
Brought me.
Why am I
Yes.
here?
That's
Oh,
dangerous. Come on.
My man said he was paying good, man. It was 15 years ago. I'm not justifying it at all. I'm just saying it was 15 years ago.
15
There's
years of down bad.
All right, so Jen, we coming to you then. I already know your answer to this, but you're the wife of the chief of police. And you're there.
Oh wow, how long we been married?
She said, hold on, give me the role first. Lay it out.
That's the first question.
Any amount of
long
years
we
you
been
stay?
married?
Any amount of years would you stay? You got a 12. That's 12 years ago this happened because his son was 12 years old.
Oh, if we've been married 15 years, if we've been married 12 years, 13 years, I'm out. Oh, I'm out. I'm sorry, I'm out. Yeah,
Yeah, that's the whole marriage.
I'm out.
Okay,
Especially after, if it's anything after my marriage, yeah, I'm out. I'm not gonna.
And what if it was before your marriage?
Huh?
So what if it's before your marriage? Because when you met him, you didn't know he had kids.
Yeah, now you got one. So if it was before my marriage, then mm, I'd be like, boy, we just need to talk. We need to talk. That's a messy mess.
So
Once
would you
again,
consider would you consider? Remember, you just said that he got married. He got to stay faithful to his vows. So would you stay, even though this drama had arise?
if it was before my marriage, right?
Yeah.
For you talk about I'm the chief of police wife, right?
Yes. You're at the event, and this is all going down.
So if that's a 12-year-old son and we've been married 10 years, I'm good. We still got to talk though. We still got to
What's
talk
there to
because that's
talk
crazy.
about?
Like I said,
What you gonna say to him? Like,
why would you even, like, what are you doing? Mess, like, I need to know details. Like, did you know she was married when you was with her? Were you friends with the
yo.
with
So
her
hold on,
husband?
hold
Like,
on.
how
I
did
want
this
to
all
hold
transpire?
on, hold
Like, how
on.
did this all come about? Yeah.
Hold on, Jen.
Huh?
I want to envision the reaction that you would you like want to pop him upside his head? Like, would you want to talk to him right then and there, or would you just chill and let it wait till y'all get in the
Just
car?
imagine my whole body sliding, the top part of my body slanted away from him, and my eyes looking at him like, "This you? Like for real? That's what you got
Oh
me here for?
man,
Whoa, whoa. We supposed to be
yo,
above this. Chief of police. Now this is some foolery. That's crazy.
She said above the law, not above marriages.
oh man.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right. So yeah, they both got a surprise at the party. So now, you too, Madison. I want to know, like, so would you want to talk to him right then and there? Let me ask you this question: would you feel some type of way to the point like when you hear all of this, right? Would you pull your phone out and start videotaping?
What? No, I'm embarrassed. I just like the
You're the
mix
girlfriend,
lady.
though.
I know, but just like the mix. Oh, am I still the mix lady? I'm not the
Yeah, you're the
sheriff's
mixed
wife
lady. You're
anymore.
not the sheriff's wife. You're the
I'm
mixed lady. Would you pull out your phone and videotape?
well, no, because
We'll be like,
it's already down
"Gotti."
bad. We already went to this part. Hey, if I was dating somebody that either makes drinks or is a DJ, I was there to support at a low bar already, and now it just keeps getting lower. It broke through hell. Why do I gotta? I will never forget this. Why do I need it on my phone?
I got you. All right, I'm coming to you again, Maddie, and then Jen, I want you to answer this question. All right, so I'm asking you this, Maddie. Both of y'all probably can answer this, but I want both of y'all to answer this. But I'm asking you first, Maddie. I want to know, for you, if you was one of the kids, the 15-year-old or the 12-year-old, or even the 7-year-old for that matter. Let's go with any one of the three, right? And you're at the party too, and your quote unquote dad just dropped this bomb, and you just look, and let's say the chief of police is your dad, and you find this out like right then and there, and you're 12 years old. What would be your reaction? And who would you be angry at? Would you be angry at your mom? Would you be angry at your dad? Would you be angry at your real dad? Like, would you like?
There is three hmms. The first one's to mom. Mom, what? Dad, look at the first. The next one's to dad. Oh, like because of sadness. Like, daddy, Godfather. Look at the real dad. 12. Oh goodness gracious. Oh, I'm as a child. I'm lost for words. I don't do kids pass out about this stuff? I don't think I would be conscious. I would be like, oh my goodness, what you mean, dad? But that's my dad. You my godfather now. Who is the? I don't. You're married. Oh, 12. Oh, ma. Back to original. Ma. Oh, there's too much going on. I'm embarrassed because now it's like, but like back to you, dad. That's not my dad. Godfather, dad. Why would you? I know what that word means on that sign. We didn't have. This is the way. I didn't need to find out like this.
Well, I'm gonna go to that question in a minute because I got a question about that. But what do you think? All right, Jen, what would be your reaction? And then I want you to answer also. What would you think the course of action should be from that point going forward?
So for me, they can all get some. Like, mom, what in the world? Dad, why you got to tell me this way? And I guess dad again, like, did you know all this time? So
Did you
they
try to
can all,
arrest me
I'm
the other
like
day?
at a loss. Huh?
I'll be like, yo, didn't you try to? You was at my basketball game, like, monitoring the
Yeah,
game,
I
like all
would
this
just,
time. Did you know?
that honestly, I would, yeah, that's like really crazy. I would feel I've lost the trust in all of the adults in my life. Like, the chief of police, my father, because why would you choose to not only, I got that he's in his feelings and he wants to embarrass my mother, but in doing so, he also embarrassed me.
Right,
Um, so it's just like, was it that important for you to hurt her that much that you were willing to hurt me? And so I would feel some type of way, even if he came back and said, I still feel like, you're my child and blah, blah. I think to me as a parent, in that way, I think he should have chosen something, chose to tell me first or just
right.
to, yeah, bring it out. I understand the way he feels about my mom, but that wasn't the right way. And then I wouldn't. Whew, like I don't know if I want to see. I guess eventually I want to see the chief of police once again. No tickets, you know. There's that for
Well,
the
I'm gonna
rest of my
say
life. But
no offense, and I'm not disrespecting DJs or people working at the bar.
hmm
No offense at all when I say this. Please don't take it the wrong way. But my dad, chief of police, all right, like, mom, I see you. I see what you was like. I don't know, but the DJ or the mixologist, like whatever it is, I'm looking like. If I was a kid, I'm like, oh man, what's going on? Why me?
Did you make her a mean drink or play a good playlist? I'm
Yeah,
just.
like how did this happen? Like, mom, you was dating a DJ. How you go from DJ to chief of police to NBA ball player? Like
she
that's
letting everybody can get some.
She kept going up though. After the
she leveling
mixologist,
up.
she was
Yeah,
like, you know
she
what?
leveling up.
I could do better outside of my marriage
Yo.
Yep,
still.
she,
Oh
she
God.
leveling up. All right, hold on. So Jen, I got one more question for you, and then Madison, I want you to answer this too. So I want to know, Jen, because you made a good point. You said that he embarrassed the kids. So I want to actually, Madison, I want you to answer this question. I got a part two to this question. The first part, Jen, ultimately, do you feel like he played himself out by doing this at a birthday party? Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
He was trying to make it.
he
He was
did.
trying to make a point, like, got you, chick. And
No, he
instead,
did.
it's like,
He did. He did all that mess to just be right back there. I'm back.
because yo, the DJ,
To me.
most DJs out here, you're not coming to do a gig like that for no less than like $400 or $500. So he probably spent about $400 to $500 on the DJ. If there was a DJ, if it was the mixologist, that's even more. Because usually, you know what I mean, to rent a bar out or get something like that, it's like you spending a good 2, 3, 4 grand on that. You buying a bar out, you know what I mean? And maybe even more, I don't know. But so I'm gonna go with DJ for this one. Let's say he had to pay 300, 400, 500 for the DJ. And then the chief of police is there who, if you really start talking too crazy, he can arrest you. You know what I mean? If you start getting like, yo, you know what I mean, hop up in this.
Actually, in North Carolina, he could get arrested. He could be sued at least.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying, for going crazy. So, you know what I mean? And then at the end of the day, like, you trying to play your wife out, which you did, but I mean, like what JG said, you don't get a joker back like that. I'm a man with pride. Yo, you don't. I mean, like, you trying to make an emphasis with your family and friends there. You trying to make a real big point, and at the end of the day, to me, I feel like your point played yourself out. You also look like a cornball in that. So, Jen, A, I want to know what you think about that. Did he play himself out? And Madison, I want you to answer. If you was in his shoes, how would you would have did it differently? Jen.
Oh, go ahead, Madison, because yes, he played himself out. Now to you, Madison.
You ain't gonna elaborate on that?
I mean, just the sheer fact, the mere fact, excuse me, that he did all this big, have somebody jump out of a cake and say, "Got you, Peppa," or whatever, you know, and it's you the daddy, and you the daddy, and we don't even know who your daddy is. And then turn around and like, where you at? I'm sleeping in the car tonight. Uh, to me, I'd have been like, all y'all get out. I mean, if I'm gonna do it one way or the other, I say all in or all out. Like everybody out, no cake, don't get any
No
cake,
cake.
don't
But then
get
why
no
do the
drinks.
party in the first
All
place?
y'all out right now.
Well, why do the whole throw the whole party and
I
anything? Cause
know,
you
but if
spending
I'm
bread on
gonna
the
do
party and
that,
the
to
whole
be like,
nine.
I'm saying, I'm saying. So that's why he played himself out because he let them. Yeah, I'm making myself look crazy, look dumb because y'all eating my food. Y'all done had my woman, eat my food, drinking my drink
And you
up in
making
my
money off
house.
of me.
Probably been there before.
Mm-mm.
Yeah,
And I'm
yeah.
paying you. I'm
I'm
paying one
paying
of
you
y'all to be
money
there.
to turn around and be right back in her bed. Yeah,
Nah,
mm-mm.
I'm giving
Go
you
ahead,
money to
Madison.
take
What
care
you
of your
got to say?
kids.
All right. So Madison, then, how should he have handled it?
Mm, not like that. Not like that.
Right.
He maybe should have. Cause I never disagree with y'all saying that like they should get together. I just don't think that's the right thing. But now further hearing the audio, cause I missed the audio, it never should have went down like that. It was already down bad. Now it's just down. It's not even down worse. I don't know what to call that. He
But
should
how
have.
should he have, yeah, I want to know from you, how should he had addressed the situation?
No, yeah, he should have. He could have just talked to her because just everything y'all just said, you paid. What? And you know that's the dad. You paid. Is the money after the whole cake and you're a B sign? Like, yeah, this money, use it on your kids. Like, what did you think? I don't know what he expected. The conversation. Just a conversation, because especially if you're going to staying, and now I see why y'all saying he might as well stay because now y'all, you're even. You made it way worse for yourself because now everybody knows. Everybody was there.
Yeah, your whole family knows.
And then it could be even worse because it's a basketball player, but now there better be some child support, and I am the baby too. You better support me with some of that.
You were one support. That's even
Girl,
more of a girl. You even more playing yourself out there, but don't girl me, yo. What you
not
talking
you
about?
as of the
Oh,
woman. Like, girl, you gotta step it up for
Mm-hmm.
hubby if it's me and I'm staying.
but
Cause,
you stand for the wrong reasons then.
well, no, because of the audio of him saying like he's still willing to work it. It sound like he's still like,
But he already made that decision. This is an alert that came after the fact. You now find out that the third child is an NBA Hall of Famer who's paid.
well, yeah, that just sounded like it added salt to a healing wound, maybe opened it a little more, but it wasn't sounding like he was then like, oh, this is horrid. He was just like, oh, well, it makes sense. My son plays. I'm not athletic. He was probably just thinking of his son's future. It was like, you know what? And now you going to take care of not your daddy, but your daddy. Balling up because now we know where you could go. There's many things. It sounds like he want to be there. It sounds like he sees the things with his kids, and he already invited the other two. He's probably he's gonna be sad for sure. But if he automatically knew that the guy was in the Hall of Fame, he probably would want to meet with him as well and be like, I've been taking care of your kids.
I don't want to see. That's the thing. I wouldn't have played myself out because I don't even. Hey, to me, excuse me. If I'm going to address the men, I don't even know how to address them because I don't know how to address them without us fighting. Like that's a situation that I would need all the like I can't address them one on one. You know what I mean? So it need to be like a whole bunch of people. Not a whole bunch of people like he did it, but it would have to be like a family conversation. And I don't even know if I would be the one to tell him. I don't want to. I would have her tell him. I may want to be there, but I don't want to like have to talk because I'm already feeling
That's
disrespected. That situation is already going down. So I would want to be there. I would be heated, but because it needs to be, he needs to know. And then like I will also be there for my kid because my kid needs to now meet who his father is and figure out if they even want to have a relationship with the father and stuff like that. You know what I mean?
Probably need to.
Jen, would you, if you was in that situation as a child, would you want to get to know your father?
I believe eventually, probably. I mean, there's that possibility, even though, because I mean, I have a father that I have a biological father and the father that raised me. So I mean, I know my biological father. I'll leave that there. And I love both of them. I'm sorry.
Hopefully, your
But you know, the
biological
father
father
that raised me, I have.
doesn't listen to Let's Talk About
Either
It.
way, you know what? Let me say something. If you're there for your children when they're young, they will be there for you when they get older. So I'm gonna leave that right there. So if to me, while they're young, if they want to be with their father or meet their father, have a relationship with their father, biological fathers, and their biological fathers want to do that, then they can, be able to grow a relationship. To me, now I want to speak to where you said you would need to have people around. I think that's from a male perspective, because for me, if some women came to me at a birthday party, at my husband's birthday party, and they like, somebody jumps out of the cake and says, "Hey, I got your, I got Junior
Nah,
here."
so hold on,
You
hold on,
never
hold
had
on,
Junior? I got
hold on. Let
Junior.
me let me let me
And
clear let me clear that up. When I say I need people to be around, I don't mean people who can instigate the situation. I mean like her, my kids. Like we need to handle this as a family. I don't want my boys to be there, so you know what I mean. And I don't. I want the kids and the family to be there because I need him to not try to one up on me. I need him to understand what the situation is. See, if I deal with him one on one, it's gonna be I
mhm.
might be a little aggressive, and this might be all a shock to him. So, I
Too much
like
testosterone.
yeah, because to me, if I was in the
That's what
I
I'm.
was on if I was on the other side and you coming up to me and you know angry, you might try to play him out like yo, my fam, like why don't you need to control your chick, bro? Like you know what I mean? Like it depends on how depends on how because
No,
I
that's
can't sit here and say that you know what I mean somebody's gonna walk up to you and peacefully pull you to the side and be like, yo, man, you slept with my wife and you had a kid by her. And you know what I mean? Like this is all shocking
hmm
news if they didn't know. So I'm just saying, like, to me, it's not even my place to tell him per se. I'm involved, but I would want her to be the one to address it because now the kid is between her and him now. You know what I mean? And I will be there just in case he like disrespects her or get you know what I mean want to get physical or start playing her out or something of that sort. And even
hmm
at that, I don't condone beating up women, but I don't know how I don't know if I'm jumping in front of that train freely. You know what I mean? But I mean, at the end of the day, that's your wife. You got to put and I would do it for the kids. But it's like, yo, I'll be halfway. Like, if you just punch her in the face, just don't go too crazy.
Oh gosh.
Don't grab her
Okay.
hair.
No,
Yeah, I wouldn't
sees her,
say. I
gets
don't think
punched, and just
even if
no, don't do
I'm
that.
just being funny, y'all. Don't take me seriously. I'm just being funny.
I think for me, I've always said if I caught my husband, God forbid, in the bed with another woman, that woman could run. She would have as long as she didn't run her mouth, like as long as she didn't talk any smack, she could leave. Because my covenant is not with her. She has no like, she's not really a part of it. It's my husband who broke the commitment. You
Right.
understand what I'm saying?
But
So
what
he
if
broke
so?
the
But
covenant of
what
marriage.
if she not
So if I
selling
was angry and wanted to lash out at anybody, it would be him.
with
Unless
Jen?
she was like,
Jen.
running her mouth. Then,
But
huh?
Jen, let's say she's not running her mouth, but she's not getting up to
hmm
leave. Like you know what I mean? Like she like, well, he's with me. She, you know what I mean? She not.
But that's she just ran it. She just jogged a little bit, didn't she? I think she's I think she's by
She
stepping. She got her sneakers on. When she said he's with me, I think she laced up her shoes. Yeah. So she
so she
better
getting
run
beat
now.
down.
In my house. I'm just saying.
Jen said,
God
"I'm
bless.
locking all the doors."
So see, this is the reason why because you don't know how the person's gonna react, and the person may react when like, well, he's mine now. You know what I
I mean,
mean? Or whatever
honestly,
the case may
I
be.
could see her reacting that way because my
Hmm.
husband has led her to believe
Right.
that she is elevated to the same place I am.
Right.
You understand? If she's in my bed in my house with my husband, I could understand her having some lip, but I would
But in
advise
the
her,
moment you gonna understand it, you gonna
woman of God,
woman of God,
please
please
leave.
leave.
Exit left. Exit
Stage
stage
left.
left right now. You could
If you want to
exit
be
stage
here,
left. I'm focused over here, and you can run for it. Go ahead. She can take. She can slowly gather her clothes. Just keep her mouth shut. I wouldn't.
All right, but what if she ain't
about
moving? She just sitting in the bed. She just sitting there, just watching y'all two talk.
I can help her get up
How you gonna help her
if that's what she
without
needs.
touching her?
Throw her stuff at her. Be gone.
So
No,
then you
I don't think
instigating
I
it.
don't think
Y'all gonna fight
How
then.
was
I
it
would-
instigate if you in my bed? No, it's not. You gotta
I'm
go.
gonna say this.
But again, you don't really know the whole. You just a random woman just walking into the room. You don't know. You know what I mean? He got some explaining to do to you as well.
Then she's slow. If you can't do that easy
no,
math,
I don't know about that. Now.
I get
Now,
what
if
you're
he's up
saying,
in my
but
house, I got pictures of myself in my house. She knows. Now she knows.
based
okay?
off the reaction, what you're saying,
who I am.
put the pieces.
There's 2 cars.
all right.
Yeah,
So
she
hold
knows now.
hold on. It. So let's say Jen, you caught him at a hotel
Mm-hmm.
instead of your house at a hotel. Let's say they're at a hotel, and she not moving because she don't like.
Yeah,
He got
booked it.
She
She don't have to move. That's okay.
She
And
got
don't
some
worry,
explaining.
She could stay right there. Both of them could stay right there because his clothes will be there shortly. Stay right there.
But
don't
you
have to
understand what
move,
I'm saying,
and I
like,
will
right?
be moving him.
You understand what I'm saying, though?
Yeah, I get
you sit, the girl is sitting there. She don't really. He got some explaining to do to her too. So it's like, oh yeah, now, hold on, you can't. I need to talk to him too. Like he need to explain who you are.
Nah, he got to pick a struggle because if it's in the house and it's going down like that, you should automatically know the only things that is happening in this house next is some type of smackdown. If you want to be there, you
No,
clearly
but we
wanna
said
be
they're not
part
at the house. They're at the hotel.
I know. I was speaking of that still. Like, if
the house.
anything outside of that, like, bro, why are you here? And then especially, what if you knew her or something? And it's like, nah, you gotta go. You gotta go. You might get beat up as well because you know for sure. Oh no.
Oh man, yeah, wow. Yo,
Maybe I am the weird person because I even have like thought out these scenarios. I've
you
told my
thought about
like,
it? Why are you
close
thinking
friend
about
of
this
mine.
stuff, yo?
Mhm.
You're not weird.
I was
You're
saying
a woman.
if she ever like if there was ever like if she ever slept with my man or whatever, right? I said just know that like I'm coming to your house to beat you down. This was back in the day now. So and you should not raise a hand. You should just take it. Because as my friend, you shouldn't. That's you did me wrong. So you should
What if
just
she hit
take
you
it
with the?
and let me beat
You
you
wasn't
down.
treating
we
him
might,
right.
You know, next week we might be all right.
What if she say you wasn't
You gotta
treating him
take
all
this beat
right?
down.
This not
Huh?
about to be a fair one no more. Then
I said, what if she said, yo, I've seen you. How you treat him? You not treating him right.
She might be right.
now I'm gonna treat you both the
She
same.
She can take
Beat
these
up.
hands.
Mhm.
Well, that was like I said back in the day. If he wanted to go with somebody else, then that's fine. And I'm too old for that.
She don't want a part of this meal.
old
If
and
someone was
jaded.
to say that to me, I'm like, oh, so you would like a 2-piece with a side drink? He just got a 3-course. It's whatever you like. It's Burger King now.
Have it your way.
You can have it your way.
All right, listen. We got 3 minutes left. Here are some biblical principles to think about when dealing with a situation like this. We gotta
Back to God.
try to bring it back
Now
to
we're
God.
going to the Bible.
Nah, it says marriage for you want to in dealing with the situation you got to think about marriage itself. It says in Christian belief, marriage is regarded as a sacred covenant between two people before God. The New Testament in Ephesians 5:25 encourages husbands to love their wives just as Christ loved the church and gave himself up for her. But the Bible also talks about adultery. And it says the Bible is very clear about adultery. One of the 10 commandments found in Exodus 20:14 expressly forbids it. You shall not commit adultery. Adultery is seen as a betrayal of the marital bond. Then it moves on to forgiveness. The theme of forgiveness is a central message in the Bible. In Matthew 6:14 and 15, it's stated, "For if you forgive other people when they sin against you, your heavenly Father will also forgive you. But if you do not forgive others their sins, your Father will not forgive your sins." This might apply to James' decision to reconcile with Lauren. I don't know. Children, though. In Christianity, all children are viewed as blessings from God, regardless of the circumstances of their birth. For example, Psalms 127, verse 3 says, "Behold, children are a heritage from the Lord, the fruit of the womb, a reward." And last but not least, the truth. The Bible values truth highly. Ephesians 4:25 says, therefore, each of you must put off falsehood and speak truthfully to his neighbor. For we are all members of one body. This could apply to Lauren's decision to admit the truth. However, in this particular case, she admitted the truth. Well, she had to because she got caught. I don't feel like she went up to him and just said, all right, let me be honest.
Hear me out.
Hear me out on this.
I'm not gonna hold you.
You was working too much. It's never a good reason.
Mm-mm.
With that being said, what y'all think about this topic or episode?
Well, it's
This
crazy,
is my
crazy, but a good one.
confession.
So we're going to ask the question again before we end. Jen, should they stay together?
Yes.
Madison, should they stay together?
Now, yes, y'all both down bad. It's no going back. You put it all out there, sir. So, and you want to stay for the kids. You express that you and her have been trying to work it out, and then stand on that.
And my answer stays the same. He should have, when he had the opportunity to bounce, he made the commitment to try to work it out. So,
Dipset.
yeah, you could have dipped, or I would have dipped after the party. Like, you're going to do all that for the party and embarrass your whole family and everybody that's there, your mom, pops, all that, you know what I mean? Like, your whole, the kids, you going to do all that, that's the point of no return. You ain't going back.
And don't pay the mixer. Like, what you doing?
I'm just saying, like, you got to leave out there with the chick that came out with the sign, like, yo, that's my new girl, you know what I mean?
Hopping out the cake. You said, rip me out the plastic.
Yo, I'm saying, you can't then go back and then like, oh, well, now I found God, so.
Double back.
Yeah,
Backpedaling.
You wildin', bro.
Hey, God took the car. Jesus took the wheel.
All right, anybody y'all want to give a shout out to? Jen, you first. Anybody you want to give a shout out to?
Shout out to my husband and my children. Hope everybody's doing well. I'm home alone, so.
Hey, he might be in, what's that, Forest City?
Mm-hmm.
In a hotel?
Yep, itty bitty force.
He in a hotel?
Let's not even go there. Let's not start.
Taking a nap. Taking a
Start,
nap.
no, won't be none.
Taking a nap.
2 hours away? Yeah. You back home yet? I'm just messing with you.
Nope, he's not. Oh, I ain't worried about it. Don't you worry.
Madison, anybody you want to give a shout out to?
That gentleman right there, that not father is father, Godfather. He needs prayer. It's good he went to the Father. God, not the fathers. To be clear.
You lost me there, but it's all good. All right,
I got you, Madison.
Good.
he needs to go to the Father, not the Father, but the Godfather, the Father.
Yeah, God.
Okay.
The Father.
The Father, got you.
God, the Father, not the fathers. Mm-hmm.
Yo, I'm signing out, yo. Shout out to everybody who listened to the show, supporting us. Continue to listen. Appreciate y'all. And, yo, we out of here. Holla at your boy. Let's get it.